Hola! Today I'm going to give a presentation about El Salvador and the beautiful country that it is. So first off, let's start with the beautiful people. The people over there on the right-hand side are Francisco and his beautiful mother, Berta. They are actually the people that I interviewed for this ethnography paper, and they gave me lots of information about how the people live. They said that Francisco said that they are very exciting and they are fun to be around and they're very happy. And he said that when they work hard and they strive to be better every day. Most of the people in El Salvador actually work in farming. That's why I added that picture down there on their left-hand side. So farming is very important to this country. That is one of their major exports, and 50% of the country land is actually farms. So there are 7 million people in El Salvador, and it's about the size of Rhode Island. So as you can imagine, it's pretty densely populated with a lot of farmland, and that's according to Washington Post. So there's some not so beautiful things about El Salvador as well. There are two gangs that are giant, and they had so much power and influence in this country, and that's MS-13 and 18th Street. El Salvador was actually ranked 5th for the homicides in the world, and the government and the people of El Salvador are working together to get rid of gang violence. And according to Ira Son in 2019, before the Civil War, the gangs and corruption ruled El Salvador. And a fun fact about those pictures is you see that those guys are wearing masks, and it's because those people don't want their families to be hurt by the gangs, and so they cover their faces. Food is such an important thing to their culture. Their culture. On the left-hand side, that is pupusas. Those are the most popular food in El Salvador. They're pretty much a tortilla that's stuffed with meat and cheese, and they use salsa and cabbage and other things to top that food. Up in the right, that's empanadas. It's another popular dish in El Salvador. Food is part of their culture because it's such a prideful thing for when people make homemade food and they sit you down and they feed you so much because they want you to enjoy the food that they made for you, their home-cooked meal. Some other interesting facts about El Salvador, as I said, that it's the same size as Rhode Island, and so that makes it the most densely populated country in the Americas because there's 7 million people in such a tiny landmass. They actually use the American dollar as currency. And there's only 2 seasons, winter and summer, and Francisco said that winter is mostly rain. There isn't any snow or pretty much cold weather at all because of how close they are to the equator. And due to the fact of their civil war, they gained power back to the people, but it was very bloody and horrible, and it didn't go down nicely. So this is my presentation about El Salvador. Thank you. Or gracias.